Hey guys, what's going on? It's Blockable right about now, bringing you the latest episode to the channel. Now we're gonna have a look through all of the charts today. So obviously we'll look at some of the ISO coins. We'll look at some of the big movers in terms of volatility, like Doge, like Gala. Obviously more meme sort of gaming tokens. That obviously there just seems a lot more volatility and there's a lot of risk. And also with that risk, obviously there's a lot of upside as well. So we'll take a look at a few of the coins on TradingView in a moment. But first and foremost, let's just have a look at the rich list now. So it's been a while since I've actually been on this because I'm not holding as much XRP as I used to be. However, just to put into context, I am up around this sort of region here. I'm floating around there, so I don't want to disclose exactly how much I've got, but I'm not doing so bad, shall we say. However, if you're a viewer and you're just getting into crypto, you've been into crypto for a while now and you're still in the accumulation phase, this is the perfect opportunity to start accumulating. Obviously not financial advice, but obviously your first target. You see this acronym, don't you? NGMI, not going to make it. Like for me, if you got 10,000 XRP tokens, in my opinion, you're going to make it. Obviously, if you're in the top 10%, you're doing well, but keep chipping away. Try and get up to 10,000 XRP if you can. So that'd be my first sort of target, if you will, heading into this bull market. Obviously, you've seen my pinned tweets here over on Twitter. Let me just minimize myself down there. Obviously, at the end of the year, I believe we're going to get going and we will reach 2, if not 3 digits towards the end of, well, I'm saying September, October next year in 2025. So this is like the XRP blueprint. If you've not already watched the video, the link is in that pinned tweet right there. But as discussed, 36 weeks after the halving will take to the end of the year, and that's when we get moving for XRP. Okay, so here is the XRP on the weekly chart. It is pretty self-explanatory. Now, I love simple charts because it's so predictable. However, there has been a few differentials between the linear and log chart, which I've mentioned before in previous videos. However, there is a strong possibility that XRP can get moving sooner than the end of the year. There could be a breakout here. I'm saying first, second week of July, we could get a solid move. Now, I want to be sort of targeting this previous sort of weekly high here with XRP from the previous bull cycle back in May 21 there, where it kind of tops out, April, May time. So this would be my first sort of target up here, about $1.60 approximately. However, I'm a long-term holder, so it's not as if I'm going to be in and out of XRP. I've got my bag now for the long term. I will be holding throughout 2024 and also to the end of 2025 when the bull market comes to an end, in my opinion. So that's XRP. Like I say, straightforward. Let's take a look at Velo, because Velo's hitting some of the targets that I've set out. So we've got these purple supply and demand boxes here that need to be filled. So let's get into the nitty gritty here. I did call this over on X as well. I did tweet about it. So we had this first sort of support and resistance line here in the red. Once it broke that, I knew for a fact that I was going to get down here and sort of start retesting this significant sort of impulse that occurred back in 2023. That was the highest weekly close back in 23, so that was pretty much a given that Velo was going to retest there. Obviously, there's a lot of people in the community. I searched all the hashtags to do with Velo, so there's a lot down here, at least around 30%. So don't be selling your bags now. Obviously, you want to be entering the market here with Velo. This to me is a fantastic opportunity. There is a slight possibility that we could fall even further down to this Doge weekly candle here, this red candle here, where you get the wick up and the wick down. That's indecisiveness. So there is still a threat that we can get down here. So there is a threat that we could fall an extra 24-25%. But again, trading is all to do with possibilities. Now, I don't feel like that is likely. I'd say there's probably about a 15-20% chance that retracement will continue deeper. For me, there's an 80% chance we will get a rebound off here. So if we did a measured move from sort of current price action, where we've hit that support, bring that 50% line up to the wick, we're talking just over 4 cent, 4.4. You can see here in the blue highlighted. But ultimately, I want to be getting up to this supply and demand area here at the purple box. So that's kind of my next target. So if we just measure up now from current price, let's have a look. Say from anywhere where I'd be targeting about 220% all the way up to about this sort of region here. So anywhere between 220 and 260%, that would be my sort of target for Velo in the short term. When I say short term, I'm talking months, because obviously I'm more of a macro sort of guy. You know, I'm not in and out of trades. I'm in and out of trades myself, but I don't encourage it, because obviously for me to update you guys on X, you know, I'd be forever stuck on X rather than on the chart. So that's why I don't cover trading so much on X. However, Casper, I've got a decent bag of Casper now, and Casper is looking absolutely phenomenal. Again, creating these similar type of wedge patterns to XRP. You can see this purple line that I've drawn in here, marking like the lows. So right now, you're buying Casper at literally cents on the dollar. This is as cheap as pretty much you're going to get Casper before we actually break out and, you know, look to set. Not look to set, but at least get up to these sort of regions here, up to about 30 cents. So there's an easy 10x on the table here for me, for Casper. And obviously you got these weekly closes up here around 57 cent. Then obviously you got this massive wick. I'm pretty sure that goes all the way up here. Look at this. Casper is an apps. Right, you get the gist of it. You know, Casper for me, I'd definitely certainly get a small bag of Casper anyway. Obviously it's utility as well, so you can't go wrong with that. XDC doing really well at the moment. Again, another wedge. We are going to the wire right here. Obviously, again, we've been trading sideways, similar to XRP as well. These utility coins seem to be all pegged together. I've said this before, like you get all the gaming coins go together, you get all the meme coins go together, and eventually you'll see all the utility coins move together. So XDC, XRP, XLM, Quant, HBAR, they're all going to move together. So this is going to be a juicy move. This sort of chart is forecasting second week in July, so week commencing 8th of July. I'm looking for XDC to get moving. If it doesn't, no big deal. Can also go to the log scale here. Is this a log scale or linear? This is a log scale. So again, we could probably squeeze an extra week or maybe an extra week on the log scales for XDC before we get that big impulse. First move of many. So that's looking really good. Let's have a quick look at Doge. Doge seems to have been breaking down. Again, let's just go flick back over to... Must have been having to play around with this at some point. So this broke out a long time ago. So that is well and truly on its way now. I can have a mess around with this and have a play. But Doge is looking really good at the moment. I think Doge can come down to around this sort of region. Let me just scroll in. Let's get some horizontal lines. So for me, you're getting these highs here. So I'd always be targeting these highs. So Doge, I'd say, could come down to about there. So there is some downside for Doge. And let's just have a look. 25%. So not the end of the world. But obviously we've cracked this massive structure that's been playing out here for Doge. So as soon as we make that 25% retracement, Doge can look at, you know, running. Let's just do a measured move once we get that blue line there, And then what we'll do is again take that 50% up to the wick here. And you're looking at about $1.36, $1.37. So that'd be my sort of first sort of target for Dogecoin. Yes, Dogecoin will exceed $1 easily, in my opinion, during this bull market. Let's have a look at total as well. So we've got like this sort of range here. So you can see this high and here. So you can see it looks like we've been bouncing out. So sooner or later, crypto as a whole is going to have to make a decision whether it wants to break this upper horizontal line or it wants to break this support line. For me personally, we are in a full-scale bull market. As soon as we exceed this blue line, we will breach all-time highs and crypto will go absolutely parabolic. Total 3 looks to be breaking down, unfortunately. Let's have a look. This isn't great. I've not actually looked at this this week. So yeah, that looks nasty. That obviously got a couple of wicks down here, which indicates there's liquidity around this sort of area. So let's just have a look again. Let's get our horizontal lines out. So you got this first wick here, second wick, and you've also got these other wicks that aren't just getting as low. Let's have a quick nosy. So we could be looking at a further retracement across most of the cryptos. Looking at, I'd say, minimum 11-12% retracement before we get going. So the crash isn't quite over just yet. Let's have a look at XRP Bitcoin chart. See where this is at. Let's close that down. Again, you got this grinding wedge here. Let's make it a bit tighter. So again, for me, I believe XRP has broken out against Bitcoin. Now, we've been in extended price action here. So has that been playing out? Again, it's been playing out since the middle of April. So really, we should have been getting some sort of massive reaction here once we broke structure, because obviously this structure has been going on for years. So whatever, there's some sort of delay going on here. Obviously, again, comes back down to market psychology. Usually markets take anywhere from 6 to 10 weeks to exhaust retail traders. So if you get flat price action for 6 to 10 weeks, there has been studies on it where people fall. So people just think, oh, it's not going anywhere, and they give up. So this is why markets stall out, and this is exactly what XRP is doing against the Bitcoin. So this is like typical price action before we get a massive impulse. So if you are one of those that are looking to give up, or you're feeling a little bit deflated or demoralized, just make sure you hold the bag, because sooner or later in the coming weeks we will get a violent move to the upside, in my opinion. Now, last but not least, we'll look at Gala as well. Gala is going to make some serious moves once this gets going. So look at this here. So I've drawn this sort of red trend line here. So this catches the bottoms and it's flipped, supporting to resistance here. So you can see where resistance has actually broken, support has broken through, flipped into resistance. This is why you get this bounce and rejection. Bounce, rejection. You know, working up, broken through, so we're on the right side of the trend line here. And I've just drawn this extra blue trend line here, as you can see. So we broke out. So this is where I was bullish, and I was looking at getting up to these highs, which is about 80% away. So last week I was bullish, but for whatever reason, Gala seems to be taking a further dip into the tip of this wedge here. So again, once this move is over, I do expect some absolute massive monster moves to occur with Gala. You can see here, these are weekly candles. So you get one green candle, two green candle, and the bull market's over. So within 2 weeks, you have made 774% gains. That's literally within the space of 2 weeks. So this is a move that was sort of waiting for Gala. But even just a measured move, as I've tweeted over on X, we're looking at a 300% increase. So if we take current price action there on the dotted line, do a measured move, again, 50% on top of the wick there of that weekly candle. We're looking at 295%. So that would be the next move that I'll be looking at. If we do get that move, I'll probably will look at rotating some of the profits into the cryptos that haven't moved. So that's more likely going to be like XDC, XRP as always. Could possibly load up more on Casper, seeing as that is trading around all-time lows. But anyway, they're the charts at the moment. It's all looking very bullish in my opinion. Obviously, I'm not expecting any sort of significant price action now for the next couple of weeks. I will be looking at anywhere from the 8th of July before we get the next big move to the upside across a lot of these tokens. Anyhow, I've been the Block Bull. I hope you've enjoyed the content. If you have, make sure you like, and if you're not already, please consider subscribing. Cheers, guys. Block Bull, over and out.